To me, Alabama and Nick Saban, this is a dynasty, what he's created in Tuscaloosa in the Alabama program that makes them the bar in college football.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Kangaroo Black, coming back once again with a repost. I had some guys to ask me, have I posted the my Georgia Bulldogs season preview and win-loss prediction? I have. I did it 2 months ago, so I'm gonna just repost it and hey, y'all watch it and tell me what you think. A lot of the stuff, you know, that I said then, I done said it since then. My season prediction from 2 months ago has not changed one bit. All right, it hasn't changed one bit from 2 months ago. So y'all go ahead and watch it and let me know what you think in the comment section.
Let me start with these Georgia Bulldogs. Now, Georgia Bulldogs, we know they lost a lot on their defense. We know they had 15 players to go in the draft. We know they lost players to the transfer portal. So they lost a lot. But with Kirby Smart, especially on defense, he keep a sideline full of studs, especially on defense. He like to rotate them in and out. So these next bunch of players that's coming in 2022, they will be coming in with a lot of experience. So it is what it is, man. That's the way Kirby do things. You know, they still got Stetson Bennett as the quarterback, okay? And they still got a bench full of 4- and 5-star quarterbacks, okay? They got Kendall Milton coming in as they starting running back, all right? So we'll see how it all works. Plus, they still got that damn one of the best tight end rooms in the country, and they got some studs at wide receiver too. I don't need to even name all of them, you know, because you know Brock Bowers coming back. Then they got Eric Gilbert transfer. He's a damn stud, didn't play last season. Aaron Smith. I mean, yeah. So they still stacked. But anyway, now that I done got that out the way, let me get into this. Get into the first game, which September 3rd against Oregon in Atlanta. Now Georgia don't have too much luck in Atlanta, especially against my Alabama Crimson Tide. So you know, this is Dan Lanning's first year as head coach. He came from Georgia, trained and took his talents to Oregon to be a damn head coach. How he will be as a head coach, that remains to be seen. But anyway, Oregon, they went 10-4 overall in the Pac-12, 7-2 in the conference. The biggest win was against Ohio State, 35-28. They wind up losing the last game in the Alamo Bowl against Oklahoma, 47-32. So their season didn't end the way they would like for it to. But guess what? Oregon, they got transfer quarterback Bo Nix, who's got a lot of experience playing Georgia. He ain't beat Georgia, though. He's yet to beat them. So this is his final chance. All right? Oregon, they like to run a 4 wide receiver set. You know, sometimes they'll throw 5 out there. Will this work against this Georgia defense? Georgia going to have one of those top secondaries in the defense in the nation also. They got star corner Kaylee Ringo. I'll be giving Georgia fans hell about Kaylee Ringo, but guess what? Kaylee Ringo only gave up over 40 yards in 2 games last season. Both of them was against Alabama in the national championship, in the SEC championship, only because we had Jameson Williams. Other than that, he did not give up over 40 yards in a game last season. So that's saying something. The guy was only a freshman. So this year, he'll probably be better, more dominant. All right. We know Oregon, they lost to Utah twice last season in the regular season and in the Pac-12 championship. So do I think Oregon can beat Georgia game 1 of the season? The only way I see Oregon beating Georgia is Georgia make a lot of mistakes. And, you know, being first game of the season, you know, you never know how it go. So with that being said, as much as I hate to say it, Georgia will beat Oregon the first game of the season, starting and be 1-0. Next game, Sanford. That's a no-brainer. They will win that game really easy. Shit. They probably can put all backup in, all second stringers in that and play the whole damn game and won't have no damn problem. Next game, they got South Carolina and Shane Beamer. South Carolina went 7-6 last season, 3-5 in the conference, and the biggest win was against Florida. We know South Carolina got transfer quarterback from Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler. Gosh, Spencer Rattler is him. But anyway, Spencer Rattler lost his job last season at Oklahoma to Caleb Williams. But I think he'll be the starter for South Carolina. And then we got Luke Cody as a backup. Luke Cody got a lot of experience. Luke Doty, he got a lot of experience. He was a starter for South Carolina last season. All right. They got their two running backs, starting running backs returning, and Kevin Harris and Zaquandre White. So they'll be experienced at the running back position. Okay. Let me see. I think that was a running back position. Yep, at the running back position. All right. They also got a transfer running back from Georgia, Lavassier Carroll. So that will help them. All right. Wide receiver Josh Vann, he'll be returning. He had almost 700 yards receiving in 2021. So had the most yards receiving for South Carolina in 2021. Then they got a transfer wide receiver from James Madison, Antoine Wells. He was one of the most sought after wide receivers in the transfer portal. So he ended up at South Carolina. So it is what it is, man. Then Jaheim Bell, he'll also be returning to South Carolina. He played tight end last season, man. The dude is standing 6'2", 235 pounds. So he'll probably be one of the biggest wide receivers in college football. So it is what it is, man. But will South Carolina beat Georgia? I don't think so. So Georgia will start out 3-0. Then, matter of fact, they play in Columbia. So we'll see. Will that make a difference? But I doubt it. Then Kent State, easy win, really easy win, 4-0. Then Georgia will travel to Missouri, Columbia, Missouri. Ain't no need to even going over that damn game. Georgia going to beat the brakes off Missouri. Missouri been hot garbage for about 5 years now. I mean, they just straight damn garbage. I'm putting them in the Vanderbilt category. All right, so I ain't going to even talk about that game. Then next week, they go to Auburn. They go to Auburn. Visit, Auburn come to Athens. All right. Auburn come to Athens. Okay. Brian Harsin, second year. All right. Auburn went 6-7 last season, 3-5 in the conference. Their best win was Ole Miss. Oh man, like I said, Auburn, they play Alabama down to the wire. Took them to 4 overtimes. Only lost by 2. Held Alabama from scoring a touchdown all the way to the last minute. If Tank Bigsby wouldn't have went out of bounds, Auburn probably would have won that damn game. All right. Auburn didn't end their season the way they wanted to. They lost in the Birmingham Bowl to Houston. Guess what? They got running back Tank Bigsby coming back. So they experienced at the running back position. Also, they got Jaquez Hunter coming back. Another experienced running back. Quarterback TJ Finley, he'll be back. But then they got transfer Zach Calzada that came from Texas A&M. So we'll see which one of those will be the starting quarterback. So as far as But as far as Auburn beating Georgia under Brian Harsin, do I think it'll happen? No. Now, I think Auburn going to challenge Georgia. But I think Georgia's going to wind up pulling this game out. So it is what it is, man. Georgia just going to keep on trucking. Then next, October the 15th, Vanderbilt come to Athens. Again, that's nothing to talk about. They going to beat the socks off of damn Vanderbilt. There will be no issue doing that. Next up, they got damn Florida. Billy Napier. So with Florida, give Georgia a run for their money this time remains to be seen. Florida went 6-7 last season, 2-6 in the conference. On the old Dan the Man Mullen. Their best win was against Tennessee. They got Anthony Richards coming back at quarterback, which that's not saying much. All right. Senior wide receiver Justin Shorter is back, and they got junior wide receiver Jaquari Frazier's coming back. All right. But Florida, they was such in a debacle last season that I don't see Billy Napier being able to bring them back from that in one season or one off season. I just don't damn see it. Billy Napier, I'm sure he's going to have Florida much improved from last season. All right. From what Dan Mullen had over there, because Dan Mullen went for any damn thing. But Billy Napier, under Billy Napier, I think Florida will be much improved, but not improved enough to get a win against these Georgia Bulldogs. So Georgia will win, keep on trucking, and beat the brakes off of them and be 8-0. Next up, we got Tennessee and Josh Heupel. All right. Tennessee went 7-6 in the damn conference. 7-6 overall, 4-4 in the conference. Biggest win was against Kentucky. They lost the Music City Bowl against Purdue. Again, their season didn't end the way they wanted it to. They got quarterback Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker put up some yards against Georgia last season. All right. They got wide receiver Cedric Tillman. He's a great wide receiver. So Georgia defense going to have to look out for that. But like I said, Georgia secondary, they still going to dominate most games. It is what it is. Does Tennessee's defense have enough to stop Georgia's offense? No, they don't. No, they don't. I don't believe so. All right. So if they do, it'll surprise me. But Tennessee, once again, going to give Georgia a run for their money. And I think the game will be closer than it was last season. But do I think Tennessee can beat Georgia this season? Will they be improved enough from last season? No, they will not. Georgia will beat Tennessee, also keep on rolling. All right, then you got Mississippi State. And Mike Leach in that damn air raid. They went 7-6 in the conference, 7-6 overall, 4-4 in the conference. Their best win was against Texas A&M, 26-22. All right. Mississippi State, you never know what you're going to get out of them, man. They beat Texas A&M last season. Then they lost to fucking LSU. I don't know that. And they also beat Tennessee. And then they lost to LSU. Beat Kentucky. And then come back and lose against fucking LSU. I don't know how the hell they do that. You beat Texas A&M and Kentucky, but you lose to LSU. I don't know how you do that. But anyway, they also lost in the Liberty Bowl to Texas Tech 34-7. Mike Leach in the air raid, that air raid just ain't going to work in the SEC. I don't know how many years it's going to take. Maybe he done changed up that damn offense. I don't know. But they won't beat Georgia. No way, no how. I don't even give him a chance in this game. Next up, we got Kentucky. Now, Kentucky Yep, Mark Stoops. Kentucky went 10-3 last season, 5-3 in the conference. Best win to me was against Florida. They lost to Tennessee 45-22. Quarterback Will Levis will be back, man. This guy threw for, over his career, he threw for 2,827 yards, 24 touchdowns. He done rushed for 376 yards. So Kentucky, I mean, they got people returning, man. They got running back Chris Rodriguez are returning. So he done ran for 2,739 yards throughout his career. He need only 1,135 yards to break the program's rushing record. All right. They got some big tight ends too. Man, Keyshawn Upshaw, 6'6", 245-pound senior. Brendan Bakes, 6'5", 255-pound senior. Isaiah Cummings, 6'3", 228 pounds. Jordan Dingle, 6'4", 235 pounds. So they got some big ass wide receivers. And I'm sure they're going to use them, man. Then you got Wandale Robinson coming back at wide receiver. He led the team in reception last season with 104. All right, so they got some guys on that offense. But going back to Will Levis, he threw for 2,827 yards and 24 touchdowns last season. So Kentucky, they got some guys, man. They also got a transfer wide receiver, Tavion Robinson from Virginia Tech. Offense is going to be pretty good, but they're going to be young on defense, man. Young on defense, especially in the secondary. I think the most veteran guy on the defense we're going to be DeAndre Square, a senior linebacker. So I think the defense might have a few issues. But Kentucky beat Georgia this season. No, they ain't going to have enough. They just ain't going to have enough. Especially, I don't think the defense will have enough to stop the Georgia offense. So Georgia will just keep on rolling. Then last game, Georgia Tech come to Athens. No brainer. No brainer. You know they're going to beat the brakes off Georgia Tech. So there it is, man. As much as I hate to do this, man, I hated to do this, man. I could not find a loss on Georgia's schedule, even though I've been trolling these Georgia fans saying they're going to be 9-3 or 10-2. I can't find a loss in the regular season. And they roll on to the SEC championship game just like they did last season against my Alabama Crimson Tide. So that's just the way it is. I think both teams will end the season 12-0. If Georgia drop a game, which they have been known to do now, I said the same thing last season, before last season when I did this game-by-game prediction for Georgia. But Georgia tends to drop a game. Will they drop a game this year? If they do, it'll surprise the hell out of me. But I think even if they do, they'll still go to the SEC championship and play my Alabama Crimson Tide. And that'll be their first loss. But for the regular season, they won't lose a game. I don't think so. I know they lost a lot, especially off defense, but I don't think they'll lose a game. So there you have it, Georgia fans. Once again, I got y'all going 12-0 as much as I hate it. Kirby Smart, we came down there and put y'all on a level that y'all ain't never been before. And as much as I hate to hear y'all running y'all damn mouth, I feel y'all will go 12-0. But if y'all drop a damn game, you best believe I will be on him talking mad shit, laughing at y'all and saying I told you so. Okay? So I'm just a messenger. Don't beat me up. But anyway, all right, man. Georgia will be 12-0 in the regular season. And I hate it. Roll damn Tide.